Hi parents of Taurus children. This is Parental Guidance, the first and only show on YouTube dedicated to giving you parental insights on how you can better connect with your child on a monthly basis. So excited for you. Please be sure to watch the welcome video. There's a special message for parents there. Let's go ahead and get started. Your child is embodying the energy of the rabbit for the month of December. It speaks of power, abundance, heroism, cycles of life, and seasons. Pause that so you can read that in detail. Okay, so I get the sense that your child is having to really dig deep to overcome either how they view themselves. So it's a matter, I don't want to say so much confidence or self-esteem issues, but it's a deep-rooted fear that they're having to overcome. And I see these first three cards and they're all blue, and I'm like, wow, that is amazing. So they have, it's the Azure card in the upright, or in the reverse, but I'll show it to you in the upright. Very beautiful blue. And their vibration, they are going to feel a sense to go ahead and protect themselves. In the upright, this card is like, protect yourself, you know, be watchful, be mindful, be guarded. But it's almost like, because it's in the reverse, they're going to be like, you know what, I'm going for it. So they're going to push through whatever personal, like, insecurity or lack of confidence, whatever that is. It's like they're just gonna go for it. Same with the lapis lazuli. Very beautiful card. It almost looks like the earth, like these two mimic each other. It's speaking of the same exact thing. Like the card itself, it says protection, power. Like, I cannot make that up. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So it's asking you to let go of an older model of thinking. I just see groundbreaking, and you see that here in the regeneration card, and we'll get to that. But it's breaking new ground, regeneration, yes, of course, and just coming into a new sense of self. So they're going to feel the need this month, as their challenge is to fight whatever has been holding them back, let go, and then move forward. Boldly go, is what I'm getting the sense. So here's where the self-confidence, or, you know, this feeling of questioning their worth. They have loneliness as their emotion for the month. It speaks of, you know, there's a difference between being alone and loneliness. And so if they're still not satisfied in isolation, then it's asking them to consider, you know, what is it that they need to be aware of, or, you know, adjust within themselves for their own satisfaction, so they're comfortable being in their own company. So it's battling some kind of some thought about themselves that they have to get over this month, and that's what the emotion is. So their goal is just to be patient. Today I remember that good things come to those who wait, and that sometimes the really good things take even longer. So they're going to be frustrated with themselves. They're like anyone, we want stuff yesterday. So they're going to really have to be patient with themselves to just allow this change to unfold. During the beginning of the December season, they have the regeneration card in reverse. And again, like I was saying before, this is speaking of letting some things go. Let me see. Trying to find all the details, all the good stuff. But you see, they're breaking new ground. Something, in order for that rebirth to happen, there has to be something that they're letting go of. And it says, endings come in many forms. Now is the time to stop holding on to what must die. And it will. They will feel compelled to, you know, this is stupid. This no longer is a part of me. I'm going to let this go. And it's very fitting, being that December is the last but most not most important, but it is very important wrapping up month for the calendar year. So it's saying so that something better can take its place. Sometimes good stuff takes even longer. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There's no need to struggle or grieve. You're about to be reborn, and just have faith in that. During the second week, they're going to find themselves being too rigid. Maybe they're resistant to the change. Maybe they know that they need to let some stuff go, but they're not really ready yet. But they may learn, sadly, the hard way, where life will say, you know what, sorry, it's time to let this go. It's asking them to loosen up, to be more flexible. Don't fight it, because it's only going to make things more difficult for them, and they're going to have to change whatever that is anyway. Again, this is Tauruses that we're talking about, so just be mindful of that. Somewhere in the third week, or as the transition continues through the month, they will finally discover that something is just not for them. Whatever purpose that they have been holding on to, or they're just going to say, you know what, this is not for me. It says a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. So they have protection this month. Protecting them, which is most valuable, is key. Protect yourself. Protection, not so much protect yourself from harm, but protect the true essence of who they are as a child. That will probably be your goal as a parent, to make sure that they are being true to themselves. So awesome. I love when these cards, they resonate deeply with each other. Finally, in the fourth week, they have to be blessed, and they have it in the reverse. And this may be a hard lesson for them, that they may just be struggling with this all through the end of the month. It says humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. So it's going to be a hard fight for them through this transition, but just keep reminding them to be true to themselves, protect the essence of who they are. Now they have new career as their change. Now, unless you're an adult Taurian, okay, but this is just a new direction for me, a new sense of focus. Most children don't have a job, or at least I would hope not, child labor. But anyway, a new mindset. So it's in reverse. I'm going to get some clarity on that, because I want to say, yeah, this is in the upright of a new career. And I get a sense that perhaps they are resisting a change in a direction. Be mindful of that. That the change is coming. But just be mindful that there may be a little bit of resistance pertaining to it. And I take this transition with a grain of salt. So just in one ear and out the other. The solution is they have to trust the process. It requires their patience. It says you can trust the people around you. They are Earth's angels sent to give you the guidance you seek. So that's the solution. You may be the one that needs to get in their ear this month often about protecting themselves, being true to themselves, trusting that inner voice. Ask them, well, what do you want to do? What do you feel is the right choice? What are you sensing? Asking them to be still and to let that inner voice speak. What do you feel is right? Getting them to speak from what they what that voice is saying, what that urge is, that inner urge, what they feel compelled to do, and having them act on it and reminding them about what that is. How you can help is getting them to be focused on the self. That is so important. Encourage them to go within. When we invest more energy in developing our spiritual lives, the outer world begins to take care of itself. So I'm sure this is connected to something external. I don't know why I get the idea of a girl, or trying to impress a girl, or, the opposite sex. I don't know why I get the sense of peer pressure, where they feel that they're struggling to conform. Maybe they're in junior high school, some kind of transition. I don't know. But that just came to mind. Just being mindful that be true to themselves. Now for you, dad and mom of our Taurian children, you have beautiful cards. Nurturing. Maybe you need some time for self-care. Maybe you need to take a break and focus on what nurtures you, what you need to have your cup filled this month. But you are being invited to explore that space so that you can be full and be laser focused. It says today is all about taking specific action. So hopefully you can see that. But that's all I have for you guys for the month of December. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next year.